Let's bring in Senator Kevin Cramer on this. Sir, it's great to have you on. Senator Kevin Cramer of North Dakota. Why don't they just give them the monies for humanitarian needs?
Well, because they've invested so heavily in the idea, the notion, the very partisan notion that this is a, quote, manufactured crisis, that now to give him the money would be a confession that they've been wrong all along. And the problem is that it is now very abundantly clear to the American public that this is not a manufactured crisis, that it is, in fact, a humanitarian crisis that demands a solution. So they've boxed themselves in by their own political rhetoric. I think the best thing to do is stop digging the hole and start lending a hand.
To your point, $4.5 billion is pocket change compared to things like $93 trillion for the Green New Deal or $32 trillion for Bernie Sanders' single payer. CNN says now it's a crisis. So does the New York Times. So does the Washington Post. When are the Democrats going to get on board?
Well, they're going to get on board when their constituency demands it, and I would expect that that should be happening. The problem you have, Liz, of course, it's a presidential election year. It seems like half the Democrats in the Senate are running for president. You also have a speaker in Nancy Pelosi, who's a pretty darn good floor manager in the House, but she's even been taken hostage by the far left from people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. And so you have this political dynamic that comes with responsibility. I think that they're going to come around. I just think they have to. I would say this, the other thing that encourages me is I'm grateful that the president now has Jared Kushner working on a comprehensive immigration plan, probably look a lot like things that we've talked about before. I think as time goes on and as things become more of a crisis, more evident.
But they're going to deny that. They'll probably deny that. The Democrats will deny the president any victory on that front. Are they really going to go into 2020 saying, we said no to more humanitarian aid for the border? I mean, they're going to have a hearing and a vote on the VA budget, and in that is possible humanitarian and border wall aid. Really, they're going to deny that? It's just astonishing.
No, I don't believe. I believe at some point, and we've got to be getting there soon, Liz.
Okay.
There are a whole bunch of normal Democrats that were elected in this last election who haven't had their say. They've had to yield to the radical left in their party, and there are many more. There are a good 30 or more freshman Democrats, as well as some senior Democrats that come from places that Donald Trump carried and is likely to carry again. And eventually, they have to have their say.
But
and
when
if they have to, they should flex their muscles.
When are they going to become the loudest voices in the room? Because to your point, the loudest voices in the room right now are the extreme left.
When they stand up to Nancy Pelosi and say, Madam Speaker, we're not giving you this vote unless we get that vote. We are no longer going to be held hostage. And I think it's a ripe opportunity, frankly, for some bipartisan outreach in the House.
Senator Kevin Cramer, thank you so much for joining us, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
And